I was at the bank today before we started recording,
Okay.
and I had to get personal checks, which is a thing I very rarely need. But there's like three bills where they just won't let me do electronic,
Okay.
which is really annoying. But anyway, so I go in, I sit down with the guy, and it's a younger guy, probably around our age, and somewhere in between, most likely. Nice full beard, very nice. Um, but I can tell as a person who used to work in service jobs, specifically food service, but he had his customer voice on me. He was like, "Well, hello, sir. Welcome to the place today. Really, oh man, that's yep. What do you do for a living? Oh, you do YouTube? Well, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. Have you?" And he starts to sell me on shit or whatever, and I get, but like, don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Just talk to me like a person. I was trying to be cool. It irritated me. An otherwise likable person became an irritant for me. Is that on me?
Yeah.
Oh.
La 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 la. Here we go.
It's the Bible reloaded, the magic explosion, like Jesus and Moses, but it's Hugo and Jake. The Bible is jaded, and most of it taken, so get educated with Hugo and Jake. Pull up a new and stop what you're doing, it's Bible reloaded time. They call it debated, the theorists will hate it, like talking to taken, but it's Hugo and Jake. So I'm with the show then, it's not candy coated, it's the Bible reloaded, with Hugo and Jake, with Hugo and Jake.
Hello, Internet. I'm Hugo.
I'm Jake.
Welcome to Hugo and Jake. Today we're here to look at yet another chick track. This one is, again, the newest one. This isn't actually our plan either. We keep looking at these and they're actually pretty good.
Yeah, I actually literally said, don't pick the one on the first page. He's like, okay, but what if it's good? And he read it, and then he showed me. I'm just gonna go to the picture that you showed me before. Okay, just a real quick glance. This is all you're gonna get is a real quick glance at that. Okay, that was the only glance you get. And then we had to. We just had to.
So who's it gonna be?
Yeah, who's it gonna be? I want to be the car.
Okay.
I call it car.
You can be car. I get to be the boot. Monopoly jokes.
Vroom, vroom. The car's running the whole time. Are you gonna? You gotta.
Oh,
I
okay.
can only do one of these.
I got you.
Oh my God! The and then that person. There's several umbrellas because it's raining. That's good continuity.
If anyone doesn't understand what's happening here, a car is being driven through a movie theater. It is a terrorist attack of some sort.
So we should just break this down a little bit. That is a white person, which I'm very. That's bold
For Jack
Chick's
company.
legacy.
Yeah.
It's bold that they went, you know what? White guy this time. He'll be the bad guy. And then apparently that's what theaters look like. They just say now playing on the front. Maybe this is Broadway. I'm not really familiar.
Even on Broadway, it says what the show is. It doesn't
But
just
does
say-
it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then that guy, brand new tennis shoes, not a scuff on them.
Honestly, if
He
you're-
bought those are his killing shoes. He bought those. No socks though, or does he have a sock?
I don't think socks. If you're
It's-
gonna go mass murder, those are pretty good shoes. It feels like you could get pretty
Yeah.
mobile on those.
What are those, Pumas? No, those look like off-brand Adidas.
He could at the very least chase the police to an abandoned boat somewhere and get shot 30 hours after the fact.
Absolutely. And then, of course, we don't see him. Is he hit? Oh, there's one person that gets hit, for sure. Two, three. No, there's a few. A handful. I don't buy the terror here.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Don't you see they dropped their umbrellas?
Also, that's an Oldsmobile. I think we could update the car a touch. And then, of course, okay, which one of us is the best actor?
I'll do it.
Okay. Ham up. Okay, we need to get into the scene. Your loved one has just been run over like minutes ago, but luckily you had a casket ready. Scene.
If there is a God, why? Why would he let this happen?
Smash cut to someone reading a newspaper article about her.
At that very moment, ka-ching, there was a flash. Pan back to...
She's got a point, Jimmy. If I were God, you know what I'd do?
Also, bonus points for the reporting here. Woman says, if there's a God, why would he let this happen? That is the title of this article. Or at the very least, a caption.
Woman says, it says the Times on there. I can't imagine it's the New York Times. That's more of a New York Post article, am I? You guys hip with the Post Times jokes? You guys, yeah. I'd round up every bad guy on Earth and demolish them all at once. And is that like a 9/11 analog?
No, they're construction workers and they're taking a building down.
Are they construction workers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That sounds fine.
I've got news for you, Eddie. It's already been done. Once, the world was so wicked that God destroyed all but 8 people.
Wait. Two questions.
Okay.
We'll deal with the more severe one later. That boat looks exactly like the building.
Oh my God, it does.
Yeah, that's the exact same. They just tipped it over. Also, not as a part 2, just like a 1B. The water coming off the bottom of it looks like just webs.
Yeah.
That's not a very good effect. Number 2, 8 people, you say? I'm not a learned man. I'm in construction. Not that all construction workers are stupid, but for me personally, my backstory includes straight out of high school into construction. So I'm not extremely well-traveled. I've been here 15 odd years. I know of genetic drift. I've heard it.
Okay.
Tertiarily.
Yeah.
This sounds like it wouldn't work.
No, don't worry about that.
Okay.
Just see Genesis 9:20 through 25. That'll clear it up. Even if God just left one family, they'd still be evil. Got any other ideas? You can tell they'll all have goatees or something. It'll be weird. There's usually a signifying mark for evil.
And time passage. 5 o'clock shadows, haircuts, stuff like that.
Moles occasionally.
Moles?
Yeah.
Did they show moles to determine age in movies and stuff?
No, I'm talking about evil.
Oh, evil! Yes. Evil people have moles, that's true. Of course, Jimmy! You know what? I think we should slip it in New York.
Okay.
You think we should slip? Because, they're clearly...
It's an
Do
editorial.
we do that too much?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
If anything, we don't do it enough.
Of course, Jimmy! I'm a god, aren't I? I'd only gather the very worst ones, and then I would use this... Is this a pickaxe?
I think that's a pickaxe.
I would use the pickaxe or a similar tool on this fan. Swish. Rats, I missed it. I'd wipe them all out as a lesson to them all.
That's a little bit like genocide. I just want to point that out.
It is a lot like that.
Okay, just making sure we's on the same page.
Okay, that's too much.
My New York accent.
That's not.
I used to. It
No.
wasn't good. It wasn't passable. The Brooklyn thing. It wasn't even close. But it was some form of a caricature.
Do you just want to go somewhere else with it?
I'm not even sure what it is anymore. So I'm just gonna do whatever feels right in the moment.
Okay, so it's just gonna float around.
It's gonna float all
I'm
around.
okay with that. That's fine. Crash. Oh, you look sad. Aw.
Well, guess what? God's way ahead of you.
Are you okay? That's vampire.
He can be a vampire. I can have a vampire.
You know what? I shouldn't have poo-pooed it. That's my fault. I shouldn't box you in. I should let your wings flap in regards to creative license. That's me. That's a me thing.
Improv is all about yes
You're-
and never no.
That's correct. Yes, and he's a vampire. We've been to Upright Citizens Brigade. We're part of that.
God, like
You know, our large improv comedy in-group audience. Fuck.
God wiped out an entire valley.
He is a vampire.
I'm steering into the vampire.
That's great.
Absolutely. God wiped out an entire valley of evil people in a single day. The Bible, which I cannot touch for it burns my skin. Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in the
Okay, he's also Italian now. There's meatballs involved.
Hey.
Oh, no. You're
Listen.
right.
Yes,
Italians?
He's a vampire.
Yes, and
he's Italian.
He's Italian, and they're meatballs.
Only the man. I'm confusing myself at this point. Only the man Lot and his 3 family members were spared this time. And you know what they did?
Wait. Okay, he does say entire valley, but that's not everybody.
No.
Okay, that's not the same thing as Noah's Ark at all.
No.
It's similar on a much smaller scale. Okay.
Lot feared man, his wife turned back, and his daughter's sin created 2 warring
His
nations.
daughter's sin. What was that sin? Pray tell.
The sin was, they fucked their dad. They got their dad drunk, and they had sex with their dad, and they got pregnant.
Whiskey death is a myth according to the Bible. He got raped.
Yeah.
It's the first rape in the Bible.
That is true!
Unless if you count the Lilith stuff,
That's not canonical.
it's kind of the second rape. It's also implied kind of that Eve doesn't have a shot at choosing whether or not to
Sure.
fuck.
But I would say it's the first clear-cut case
Yeah.
of rape in the Bible.
Okay, the other one's it's that gray area where Cosby sat. Like, is it rape? I mean, it's rapey.
It's sexual assault.
It's
what he
definitely sexual assault.
did. Yeah. Rape, I think, is defined by actual sexual penetration.
Right. So
of
what
the
I'm saying
phallus.
is, I'm saying Adam's more Cosby. This one's more who's a raper. Name one. Just
Weinstein.
Kobe Bryant. Oh,
Weinstein.
okay. Look at all. Look.
You see, even if you take the people out of a wicked place, it won't take the wickedness out of their hearts.
Okay, I've seen A Bug's Life. This looks like a pretty nice, just a community of bugs that are just happy.
There's probably a circus bug in there.
So are bugs wicked? I know that they're crawling things. We ought not eat them. But Mexican people eat crickets, and I hear they're delightful.
Okay. Bugs have a lot of protein relative to their
I
body
hear
mass.
it tastes kind of like, specifically like tarantulas and stuff. They taste like crab,
That's not
which
something...
makes a lot of sense, right?
I can understand that. Psychologically, I can't get into
Psychologically, I don't think I could. I've had what's called, is it just a blue crab? They fry the whole crab,
that. Okay.
like shell and everything, because it's a soft shell crab, soft shell blue crab. I've had that, and the first time they put it in a sushi roll because they kind of smoosh them down and elongate them, and then they roll over top. The first time I ever got one, I got just legs, so it was like really off-putting. But since then, I've had it again. You kind of eat the whole body, like just the whole thing.
Okay.
And it's really good. So I'm thinking if they tricked me and just put a tarantula in there, I might not care. Just visually, I don't think I can get over eating a fucking spider.
If there was a tarantula in my body, a dead one that I had eaten, I would have to get as much like diarrhea medication.
You'd expunge.
Yes. I don't want that.
What if it was delightful though?
I don't want that tarantula's cells integrating with mine.
That's not how things work.
I know. But
Okay.
it'll break down into various compounds and
Eventually
redistributed throughout the cells of my body as nutrients.
Yeah.
I don't want to be part spider.
That's again not.
I'll be 90% Hot Pocket. I don't want to be 1% spider. Look, Eddie, you'll never stop having the same problems. Evil exists no matter how many bad guys you kill.
Okay, it makes sense now that he's a vampire. He's
He's
like, maybe not everybody, because he needs himself to exist and also blood bags. Alright then, I'll destroy just enough people to solve the big problems. I mean, what's the smallest number that could die to do that? Let's talk about this though. Infinity War just came out, I've seen it. Thanos' whole thing is let's kill half the galaxy, half the universe, because resources. So I'm thinking if it's just planet Earth, we kill 3.5 billion. That's pretty okay, and we won't discriminate. It'll be indiscriminate, like it'll be like a lottery.
Okay.
Nobody will get more than anyone else, regardless of their station in life, skin color, creed, sex, whatever.
That'll be plan B. I'm gonna take you a place right now.
Okay.
Theater of the mind. Okay.
Remember, the question was, what's the smallest number of people?
I want you to picture people up on lowercase t's.
Okay.
And I want you to picture one of them being like a swimmer's bod, but he also definitely does chest workouts. I don't know what chest workouts, but he definitely
Like
does
that one swimmer guy with all the medals?
Yeah, like
What's
Michael
his-
Phelps.
Michael Phelps. No, the other one.
No. Anyway. And he's all beat up and he's on a cross. Anyway, just one. It would take just one person. I'm from Brooklyn again.
Are you?
God's son chose to die. Words are coming out of my mouth before I'm deciding what to do with them.
Instead of us, Eddie. Okay, but there's 3 people there.
Yeah.
Alright, I think 3 needed to die. Literally speaking.
Only to make the story work.
Oh. Because one had to be converted and the other one had not.
Yeah, to be a
so
parable.
that you could see that heaven and hell were options that you opted in or out of. I mean, this is biographical and not made up, and not a story that should have no bearing on your life. That's what I meant.
Eddie, the big problem's not out there. The big problem is in here.
My heart?
Yeah, in your fucking heart.
Now we're from Boston.
Right in your fucking hat.
Nah, we're bad at Get the keys out of the car.
Keys out of the car.
The car keys.
Car
the
keys.
khakis?
The khakis.
Ah, this is just a degeneracy.
The Bible, in it, God says.
Alright, I'm going to Midwestern.
Okay. The Bible, God says, the heart is deceitful.
You trying to fuck him?
Yeah, at this point. The heart is deceitful above all things, and desperately wicked. Who can know it? This is when the vampire charm comes on. And guess who knows your heart?
Oh, I don't know. Is it God?
Oh, fuck. Right, I mean God, not that I can see into your circulatory system. Right. I, the Lord, search the heart to give every man according to the fruit of his doings.
I thought that was fruit of his dongs.
I could have misread. Do you want God to judge you for what's in your heart and what you've done?
No way, man.
Okay.
You look like an infant.
God said 2 important things to me. One, he said, you're gonna have a beautiful body. You're gonna have the body of an Adonis. He said to me, second off, let me tell you, your face, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be baby soft forever. He did not, however, tell me I looked like this forever.
He looks like his first name is Gerber.
I get this swole so old ladies stop coming up to me and pinching my cheeks. I'm 47 years old. I have a mortgage. I don't have time for this.
He's 47 from the chin down. Everything above that is 7 weeks old.
Death isn't the end. It sweeps sinners into torment until their lives are judged
Okay,
by...
so that's a baby that bit its tongue.
Yeah.
Nice. If one of you guys doesn't Photoshop this picture, what are we doing here? What are we doing right now if this isn't Photoshopped into something beautiful and pure? There's judgment coming? You should have put TH, but you put T. Which means there's judgment.
That's not how stutters
There's judgment.
We have a friend with a speech impediment.
We do.
Not how that works.
No, he would be like, stop talking to me about Jesus.
And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God. His body's taking over for his voice. And the books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life.
What were the other books?
Twilight, Breaking Dawn Part 2.
No.
And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their words, and all who were Team Edward were sent directly to the 7th level of the pits of the fire that burns all for eternity.
That was very close to, like, someone related, like, they grew up in the same household as Harold Penisman. Like, it's like they picked up some of the stuff, but it's not like it's not his voice.
Ronnie Q. Penisman.
Ronnie Q. Penisman.
He's his cool cousin.
I don't hate Ronald Penisman as an idea, so I'm throwing that out there. We could probably, that might stick to a wall. We keep throwing it at it hard enough, right?
And after everything you've done, your life is revived. Your future will boil down to one question. Reviewed, sorry. Is your name in the book of life?
It might be in the Twilight. I know for a fact my name is in Twilight. So
there you go. Straight to hell.
Yeah.
If your name is in the book, you will spend eternity in the presence of your loving God. Although he gets a lazy boy, and you just kind of stand there.
Is that a lazy boy? It kind of does look like an old-timey lazy boy.
A little bit.
He's got the big wooden crank on the side.
Yeah.
Shut up, give me my Bud Light. That's God. God is your dad in the 90s.
But if it's not in the book, you'll be cast away from God into the lake of
I love
fire.
the idea of the people soul chucking angel. That's his job. I'm a good guy. Foop!
That's gotta be, like, metaphysically thinking about it. If there were angels, and this was a job they would have, what a weird existence. At least as humans, you kind of have a what's my purpose thing, even
Yeah.
if you do decide it's religion. There's other stuff on top of that. Angel, like, boop! What? Oh, I exist. What am I here to do? Funny story.
You chuck. You're a soul chucker.
Couldn't you, like, made a conveyor belt? Or, like, one of those things at the airport? People movers?
We thought about actually just not having it be analog whatsoever, but then we thought,
It'll be
how are they going to know how they got there?
Right, and kicking and screaming the whole
That's
time. They know what's
hilarious.
coming. That's great.
All right, not a lot goes on up here, but
Yeah.
chucking's the number one sport. Wayne Gretzky. Chucking's my number one sport. Oh.
Yes, and...
It's the hockey playoffs. Topical. I've watched those.
No one gets away with anything, but God decides to let us choose to follow him.
That's not true.
Or not. Except in the same way that, like, a mob boss will let you decide whether or not you pay him protection money before he comes in and destroys your place of business.
Okay, but consider this. The Jack Chickian mode of how this works is like Susie, for instance, right? Doesn't the guy at the end get absolved of his sins?
Susie? Maybe.
Or am I
don't remember
thinking
that one.
Lucy?
The one with the cancer kid?
No, the one that was banned. What was
Oh, yeah.
that? He gets absolved at the end,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so he's abusive and sexually and otherwise. So you do get away with it. You just get away with it.
Yeah.
Getting away with it doesn't mean no one knows. Getting away with it means there's no penalty.
Yeah.
Like Casey Anthony. That's the one. She's an example. John Benet Ramsey's dad. I don't know that to be true. Probably the mom. Right?
I don't know.
You think the mom?
I don't know.
We're dredging up John Benet!
I don't have enough info on this to make an informed opinion on who killed that child.
The brother might have. It was one of the family members. I'm on to you, Benets!
I don't know. Go watch Casting John Benet.
No,
on
it's the
Netflix.
Ramseys, not Benets.
John Benet, whatever.
John Benet Ramsey. The Ramseys, that's the last name of the... I called them the Benets because I'm a retarded person. Yeah, my brain should not be trusted for things. But if we're so wicked, how can anyone get their name in the book?
Let me finish the story, Ron!
There was a very long pause.
When Jesus died in our place on the cross, he paid for all our sins. Then 3 days later, he rose from the dead, and after that, he ascended to heaven. Oh, another creepy baby shot.
Oh, God. Oh, now is it like eating lunch?
He's eating lunch.
Is there crust on that sandwich? He's got a terrible mother. Wow, that is one jacked baby.
That opened the door to heaven for us.
Okay.
If you admit that you're a sinner and place your trust in Jesus, God's Son, to save you, He'll do the most wonderful thing ever.
Okay, this is just... His
forgive-
triceps are ridiculous.
He'll forgive your sins, make you a new creature, and give you His holy gains.
Is that a tofu sandwich? There's a lot of soy going on here.
Yes.
That coconut water?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's great white shark testosterone.
Great white shark testosterone.
Yeah.
Oh,
I inject it every morning into my sandwich. And I eat it. I don't know if it does anything.
it doesn't do anything to your face, that's for sure. You look young.
Never gonna get cancer.
And that's just the beginning. Why do we have a picture of this guy going like, please touch me wherever?
I'm all cartilage.
I'm all cartilage.
And that's just the beginning. His spirit will guide you and help you pray when you don't know what to say or do all your life. You'll never be alone, and on top of that, Jesus will present you to God the Father to adopt you as his own child.
Okay, before we go on to the next panel, I'm going to cut off the top of this, and I'm just going to show the two guys and then what that guy says. He's just standing there looking at the baby man, and all he says is, Jesus! Whoa! What's the story here, friend? Wows!
Everybody is gonna die, and everyone will be judged by God. Someone has to pay for your sins. So who's it gonna be? The Lord Jesus or you?
Or maybe we don't have to have currency that includes our souls.
That'd be great.
You considered just like... I know it's a little socialist. It's very socialist of me. maybe souls don't have to be worth anything. Maybe everybody just gets their own soul.
That's fair.
Their own little heaven.
Sure.
However they want it. Just like What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams. What a beautiful movie. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s there.
As his son.
Well, his son's in heavenly blackface. That entire film, which is amazing.
I think the implication was that's what their souls looked like, and through different lives they looked different.
Well, no. The exact implication is that was his dad's best friend, and so he tried to pretend to be his dad's best friend.
Oh, I forgot. It's been a while since I've seen that movie.
That's a great movie. You should watch it.
It's really good.
And then he goes to hell and saves his wife from something. She kill. You know what? She always she can commit suicide in that movie, but she like mixes something into some sort of salve, and then eats it. The fuck is that stuff?
I don't know.
Do they have murder salve just like you can get at Macy's?
I don't know.
I've always wondered.
It's so they didn't have to have a scene where she shot herself.
She doesn't have to shoot herself. She could poison herself. That's fine. It's just like a bottle of pills and some wine. That's whatever.
I feel like that was a little too real for the tone they were going for the movie. It's like most of the
It
film
slips artistic for sure.
because most of the film doesn't take place in any sort of reality. It's very much in the palace of the mind. Like if your mind could go free and like could create anything,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's
and his
kind of
heaven
what it's
is a
going for.
painting she made, which is awesome.
Yeah.
What a good concept.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be. God.
And you know the funny thing is,
What's
if
that?
there is a god, I don't think there is, obviously.
I think it would be closer to that than this.
I think, honestly, he'd be like, that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He'd be like, yeah, the weird books they wrote? Weird, right?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
No. Just don't be dicks. You guys were kind of dicks, but you were funny about it, so whatever. God's an asshole like we are in my
Yeah.
head. Anyway.
Everyone gets their own god. Very socialist. Sorry, Bernie. Lord Jesus. Okay, you get it. I don't want to read that.
So, that's the newest chick track with the weird baby man that they never... Were they trying to say,
Is
like,
there
he's
a
a
baby
child...
man?
Is he supposed to be, like, a child of God, and it's, like, metaphorical? But in one panel, it doesn't...
From the side, he looks like a man person.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
I think
just yoked.
I just don't think the person knows how to draw a kind of fat, rounded face without it looking like a 3-year-old. Or a 2-year-old, or whatever. Like the Gerber baby.
He looks exactly like the Gerber baby. It's very unsettling.
You know what's more unsettling? The Lindbergh baby.
Oh, that one died.
Yep. It's okay.
Well, we're all about
He
the,
would have been dead by now anyway. So,
There's a lot of... no loss here.
for us,
Well, Lindbergh kind of lost his bonkers, his little marbles there.
he already...
As you do after someone murders your baby. They stole his baby.
You think he looked back and was like, you know,
Should have closed that window a little tighter.
the whole transatlantic flight thing, cool. Not as cool as not having a dead kid.
Would he have had the kid without the transatlantic flight, though? Because would his wife have wanted to ride that dong?
I don't know.
I assume she was on top, because he's Charles Lindbergh. He don't do no work for nobody. Like DJ Khaled, he too did not eat the box.
Oh, he definitely made flight stick jokes about his dick, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're Lindbergh, you don't... You want to take I got free plane rides. And then she's like, oh, what's that? I'm a naive, probably underage woman because it's the times. It's the old times.
What else is she gonna do?
Nah, make babies for Charles fucking Lindbergh. That's what.
It's either that, or just hang out and, like, watch opium dens for fun. I don't know what people did
Well, I
back
would
then.
definitely watch opium dens for fun. That's hilarious. Look at, we're ruining the China peoples. We're ruining them.
That was China peoples. That was somehow both incredibly offensive and incredibly politically correct. You didn't say, look at all the Chinamen.
No,
Look at
you
all
did.
Look at all the China persons. We're making
They're
progress.
people. Okay, all right.
China persons.
China peoples.
Anyway, so you can always follow us on Twitter at Hugo Reloaded or at Papa Bird Jake.
Yeah, you can also subscribe to this channel, and then notifications, and then bell, and then make sure you turn on your phone app, and then go to your settings, and make sure you, and I'm not making this up, and then make sure to go and, like, put us in a lineup, and then set a time you want to get notifications!
YouTube is doing a great job.
Just keep us open in a browser tab or something. I don't know. Like, just look it up every once in a while. Follow us on Twitter. It's a good way to get the stuff. We also have a Discord, discord.me/Hugo and Jake. Lots of good fun there. Adam from Your Movie Sucks recently joined. I don't know how active he's going to be, but he was talking there today. And go to our Twitch channels. Mine's kind of an amalgamation of my own stuff and our stuff, but mine's at twitch.tv/actualjake, where we film The Tangent, which is our podcast, which is awesome, and you should join it. And if you didn't catch yesterday's upload here, that was a re-upload of the actual live show. And if you go to the live show, you may get your questions answered by whatever guest we have.
Yep. Other than that, we also have a Patreon if you want to help support any of this stuff. Check that out. So, and mine is twitch.tv/Hugo Reloaded. I've been playing Batman and Resident Evil VR.
That sounds scary.
I don't normally like horror games. The fact that you have full range of like your head, it makes it like less scary to me because it feels more like you have agency.
Less scary. That's weird to me. Can you also move quicker?
It actually move pretty slow to compensate for that fact, but I never feel, because of the level of control you have at all times, the aiming is done with your face, so what you're looking at, you shoot at. That's how the gun works. It aims with your eyes. So the aim is actually very akin to almost like a mouse game in accuracy-wise, because you're just looking at the stuff, and it's actually interesting, too, because something's scary, but to shoot it, you have to look at it. So, I don't know. It's a very fun game. No. Lots of fun. Anyway.
I still have the tinfoil hat. No! Use the bong mask. Yeah. There you go. It's perfectly legal to own and use.
I also have a medical card anyways.
Yep.
Bong and corn. I know you said that before.
Oh yeah, I was a bong and corn once. We could both be that. That's fine.
I'm on board with it now.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, right? It's okay. It's kind of snug.
I hurt my head putting this on. I'm a little afraid if I take it off, there's going to be like a little cut on my forehead.
Oh. Well.
If blood starts dripping, that'd be a great ending. Nope. Too bad.